And at that time, myself and this being exchanged souls. So this is what's called a walk-in.
A walk-in?
That's what it classed as.
This story is getting deeper and deeper by the second. So basically what happened to this woman, what she at least claiming, that she was basically really sick as a child and she had an imaginary friend. At some point, the imaginary friend called Tom and her switched souls, and now she has the soul of an alien. Yeah, that's legit what she is claiming. What's up dudes, today boy GenNot is coming back with a new video on my channel. Happy New Year for everyone watching this video. So this is gonna be the first video of the year and I want to start off with a banger. So I'm gonna talk about this woman that is believing that she switched her soul with an alien. Yeah, I'm not joking. I don't know what it is with crazy people and getting more and more insane every single year, and it seems like there are much more crazy people nowadays compared with the 80s and 90s. Obviously they get like much more exposure compared to like the 80s, because back in the day you just had the crazy dude in your small town back in the 80s and that person didn't get any exposure. But if you're nowadays crazy, well, you're obviously gonna talk about it on social media or you're gonna be on television. But having said all of this, now I want to take a look at everyone's favorite section of the video. It's the comment of the day. So someone wrote this: the only free thing she deserves is a subscription to the gym. For some context, this is another video I was talking about a pro-fact acceptance girl that was basically upset that she didn't get a free seat because she needed to, because she was really overweight. So she was saying if an overweight person needs like an extra seat because he or she cannot fit in one, that person should get it for free because it's like a thing they need. I'm thinking by myself, well, that's ridiculous. But having said that, I do think, you know, if the government honestly would make subscriptions to gyms more affordable, people would be less overweight. Obviously you can exercise yourself, but I do think it's a good thing if there would be like free subscriptions to like gyms and stuff. I think that's a human right exercise. But having said all of this, let's get started.
Could aliens be living amongst us? A new Harvard study suggested that aliens may be secretly living here on Earth.
Well, according to our next guest, aliens are already among us, and she claims to be the living proof. Kelly Tyler is part of a growing number of people that believe themselves to be extraterrestrials who've been sent down from space in order to help humankind.
I mean, what she's saying right there is pretty disturbing, that it's obviously a growing group of people that are getting more insane, because I do believe in that. Even if you compare it like 15 years ago, I do think people nowadays are more crazy. I don't know why it is. Maybe Alex Jones is right and they put like weird stuff in the water. I personally think nowadays obviously people are getting a lot of support online if they say crazy stuff, because there are small communities of people that basically accept it and say, oh yeah, you're one of us, you belong in a flat earth community, you're part of this. Instead of saying it is crap, they basically encourage it and say, oh yeah, it is a legit theory, it's normal, this and that. And I think that's a big problem. Not only that, I think nowadays people obviously do more weird stuff compared to like 15 years ago. Or maybe it is just that people record it for attention. That could be the case as well.
And Kelly, as you can see, is here now. Morning, Kelly.
Morning.
You can imagine the skepticism when we say something like aliens are living here. Kelly claims to be an alien.
Of course.
Can you explain a little bit about why you feel like you aren't just a human?
Sure.
And you feel like you're from another planet?
Yeah. And it's something that I wouldn't talk about generally because of that skepticism.
I mean, what she's saying right now is pretty wild. She's saying, oh yeah, usually don't talk about the fact that I'm an alien and I'm from another planet, which is kind of a big deal, isn't it? If it's legit what she is. And the other thing I just want to point out, that she is now talking about it on a big show with obviously millions and millions of people watching and judging her. That doesn't make too much sense if she's saying, oh yeah, I usually don't want to talk about it because I'm scared that people are judging me, this and that. And the thing I just want to point out, I do think there are like two camps of people that say this type of stuff. The one camp is doing it for attention and doesn't really believe in it, and the second camp is legit doing it because he or she believes in it. I don't know in which camp she is, but I'm just saying that's how I think about it.
My nan used to catch me when I was about 3 years old sitting at a park bench talking to Tom, and she'd be like, Kelly, there's no one there. I'm like, it's Tom. Can you not see Tom? So this hypersensitivity was always there as a child.
And Kelly, yeah, I was just about to say, What did you see
What
when
were you
you were
looking at? Who
talking
was
to
Tom?
Tom?
Tom was just somebody who was here before, and he's passed over now.
But could you actually
He
see
looked like a real person. I would feel like I could touch him.
Now she's legit talking about an imaginary friend called Tom that she had like deep conversations with. I'm thinking by myself, I don't think it's too strange if you're like 5 or 6 and having an imaginary friend. I mean, I think it's pretty common, honestly, for young children to be talking to themselves and having like imaginary friends, this and that. I don't think there's anything unusual she has said about herself that I'm thinking, you know, this woman is definitely something special. It all seems to be pretty normal child behavior, at least in your boy's opinion.
But what happened is about a year later, I developed whooping cough, and I got really, really ill, like to the fact that I'd lost all my weight. The doctor said, she's not going to make it. And at that time, myself and this being exchanged souls. So this is what's called a walk-in.
A walk-in.
That's what it classed as.
This story is getting deeper and deeper by the second. So basically what happened to this woman, what she at least claiming, that she was basically really sick as a child and she had an imaginary friend. At some point, the imaginary friend called Tom and her switched souls, and now she has the soul of an alien. Yeah, that's legit what she is claiming.
And so Kelly's soul went there. The soul that came in, did the soul that came in that walked in have a name? It's
who I am.
Who you are now.
So it's really interesting that I look back at my life and it feels like I look at a photo album of myself. I remember my 6th birthday and things, but I don't have an emotional connection of being there. It's like looking at my life in photos. So I don't have any emotional memory of being pre-8 years old.
Again, she's acting like this is some absurd thing, but this is pretty explainable. I think there are many people that honestly take a look at like a really old picture where they're like 5 or 6 and look at a picture and they don't remember anything about it, no memory, no personal connection, myself included, so I don't think this is strange at all.
What was the explanation from the doctor? If you were so ill and the doctor told your parents that you weren't going to survive, you were probably going to die, what was the explanation?
Miracle.
So they couldn't actually justify what happened. You just miraculously started getting better.
They said I went back to school. I had to catch up on school because I was out for about 6 months. Thought I had no chance of getting in. And so my social skills improved. I became less shy and introverted.
That totally sounds like normal development. It isn't really too strange when you have like a child that is really shy when he or she is young, but over the years that person becomes less shy. That is not something too strange, but in her head the only explanation for that is the fact that her soul was switched with an alien. I mean, do I need to say more? Everything she just said in this entire video can be explained pretty easily. Just normal behavior, nothing strange about it at all. The only thing obviously strange about it is her entire story. And I just want to say this as well. She was saying, oh yeah, I was really sick when I was really young and the doctors didn't know about what it was, this and that. And I'm really questioning if that's legit true or that's just a story she made up.
Bring different qualities.
How'd you get there?
To astral travel. It depends if you voluntary or involuntary do it, but everyone can do it if they wanted to learn.
Right.
Anyone can actually lift themselves out of their bodies, and you're connected to a purple umbilical cord. So you can choose where you go. Sometimes you can choose, sometimes you're just taken somewhere.
But there's something specific you have to do.
No.
It just sort of happens.
Yeah.
What she's describing right now is pretty interesting because it sounds like a strong psychedelic experience, something like DMT or like acid. Some people that use that say they have like an out-of-body experience. They're basically in the sky, see different universes, they see some mind-blowing stuff, and that is what she's saying as well. She's saying, well, I'm flowing out of my body and this and that. So maybe there's some other explanation for behavior. She's smoking some really hard stuff. I don't know. I'm not gonna say she does, but it would explain some stuff that she's saying right now because it does really sound like an experience like that in my opinion.
I mean, when I used to astral travel, it was for healing, and I was told, stop coming back here because your duty is on Earth. So stop distracting and coming back when your mission is here. So I don't astral travel now unless I really need to replenish or I feel quite hopeless around what's going on in the world and I need a bit of a boost.
So basically she got banned from traveling to the alien planets. The aliens were even thinking by themselves, this woman is too crazy. Even for us, we maybe be aliens, but this is just too much craziness. But having said all of this, I want to now take a look at some of the comments. To my surprise, when I was actually taking a look at all the comments, they're all positive as saying that they are believing her and they have experienced the same thing. So I guess your boy is wrong. The legit people that are aliens, but obviously in a human body, have the soul of an alien. I guess that's a real thing. At least that is what the people in the comment section are saying. But I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, then don't forget to press the like button, subscribe on the channel, and I will see you in the next one.